I am starting to get really excited for my summer vacation. It's going to be just me and my husband. We are going to New Orleans and Las Vegas. We're going to spend 2 days in each city with a day of traveling in between. And I have so many outfits planned, most of which I have not made yet, so I have a lot of work to do. And I'm feeling a feeling that I have felt before. In fact, I made a TikTok about it, and then 2 years later I made another TikTok. Here they are. Oh look, I found a new project to distract me. From the project that was distracting me. From the project that was distracting me. From the project I was originally working on, which is in the same state as it was a year ago when I abandoned it. Yeah. So clearly, at about this time every year, I get the same manic creative energy and urge to do 1,000 things all at once. I'm actually starting a little early this year because both of those videos were in June, and we are currently in May. Now, the one from last year, I did in fact finish the dress that was, in progress for a year, and it is also one of the things I am going to wear on this vacation. But I keep finding more projects that I want to add to this vacation wardrobe, and it's insane. I have so many. Even if I wear like 3 outfits a day, I don't think I can fit this all in. Also, I don't have time to do that much sewing, so I'm really going to need to prioritize. But honestly, I have missed doing the vlog format videos, so I'm going to do a vacation vlog series and just work on the outfits for my vacation, and then probably do a vacation vlog as well and show you what I wear every day. So I guess let's start with my plans. Like I said, there's no way I can make all of this, but I do have a bit of a leg up. This is already started. It's about halfway done. This is the pattern I'm using. It's a linen halter top, and it will go very nicely with the skirt from this same fabric that I have already made. It'll bring out just that little bit of purple in the floral pattern, and I think it'll be really cute and really comfortable in the heat, because these are going to be 2 very hot cities we're going to in the middle of summer. So that one's halfway done. This is a dress that I purchased ready-made, and I had started to alter it to fit me and never finished doing that. But now I'm going to alter it to have a sweetheart neckline and also add some cute little cap sleeves, like off the shoulder moment. And it's a very light, breezy cotton, but it's lined. Double lined, in fact, which I really appreciate. This was a bridesmaid dress that I bought when I worked at a bridal store, and it has some fading because it was a window display piece for a while. So I got it at a really good discount, and I really want to wear it. I love yellow, and I love a cotton sundress. This one is also already started. I actually made it as a mock-up for this pattern, which I made once before, but it was too high and too small in the bust, so I was redrafting the pattern to make it fit me better, and used this fabric as my mock-up just to try it and make sure my alterations were working. I don't know if I ever intended to finish this and wear it as a dress, but when I pulled it out the other day, I realized it would actually go with this hat, which I have nothing else that I can wear it with. So now I really want to finish this dress just so I can wear this hat in Las Vegas. That's the only reason. Then I have this dress that I want to make, and it will have contrast red linen shoulder straps and tie belt, but my red linen is currently in the washing machine, so I can't show it to you right now. Here's another cotton This will be a wrap dress. It's the same pattern as the yellow wrap dress I have made previously, which I love to wear, and I want another one. This one would just be a really fun wiggle dress. I would go with this view. This one I probably won't make for this vacation. I just really want to make this pattern again. This is what I used for my birthday dress when I made my silk evening gown, and I don't think I want to bring that with me on this vacation, but I might if I don't get everything else finished in time and I need another option. I think this is my lowest priority dress for this trip. This one, I want to make this view from this really nice cotton because I made this dress last summer and I really don't wear it, but I really like the pattern and I want it in a more sensible, hard-wearing fabric. The fabric I used for this one is very delicate, and so I don't really wear it, but I might bring it on the vacation because that might be nice and cool in steamy New Orleans. This dress, I've had this fabric for so long, and this pattern, I'm pretty sure I bought the fabric specifically to make this pattern, or the other way around, I forget, but it screams 1940s sunny vacation. That's all I can see, and I need it. This will probably end up being one of my travel day dresses. I'm thinking wearing it on the plane from New Orleans to Las Vegas because it's rayon and it'll be really, really comfortable for travel. Speaking of comfortable for travel, this will be my first travel day dress. I bought this fabric in Hawaii and I've been dying to make this dress from it ever since. Also, I want to make a house coat from the other view of the same pattern from this thrifted sheet. And then I have this pattern, which I just love so much. It's so elegant, and I think it would look stunning in this smoky slate blue silk charmeuse. Might not be very practical for a summer vacation in very, very hot climate, but we'll see. This one would be slightly more practical as it is cotton. This is another bed sheet. It's actually a fitted sheet. It still has the elastic in it. And it will make exactly this dress. They're almost the exact same color. I love that. Then we have this project, which is partially covered up, but it is a stained glass themed circle skirt. This is going to be the skirt opening, and then the petals will go up onto the bodice of the dress. This is the pattern I'm going to use. I had used it previously for my black and yellow checked cocktail dress, and I really love it. This will be getting its own video most likely. And while I was working on my plans to finish this circle skirt and turn it into a dress, I came across this fabric, which is scraps left over from a sari that belonged to my sister. And my mom made us Christmas dresses from these saris that my aunt had given us. She was in the Navy and bought these in Bahrain. So we each got like 6 yards of fabric for Christmas one year, and they were so gorgeous. Like I said, my mom made Christmas dresses from them, and I ended up with the scraps of all of them. I asked both of my sisters if they wanted their scraps, and they both said no, I could have them. And I want to make one of these tops from these scraps, turn the rest into a gathered or pleated skirt, and then I also have enough of this border print part to make a shawl. So that will be a lounge by the pool play suit sort of vibe. It will not be a swimming suit. I will not wear this in the water, but oh, it would be so fun. Oh, and then because I keep getting distracted by more projects, I decided to use the bolero jacket pieces from this pattern to make a cute little linen bolero jacket, which I can wear with this dress. So it comes full circle, I guess. Basically, I have a lot to do, and I need to start finishing some of these things and start actually working on some of the others. Like I said, there's no way I can make all of these before my vacation, but I'm gonna get as much as I can done and just have a lot of fun doing it. That's the plan. Anyway, I'm getting sweaty because I turned off the air conditioning so I could record this. And I'm gonna put this camera down now and start working on something. I don't know what yet. One of these. Actually, I think I'm gonna start with the bolero jacket. Yeah. That will be quick. Okay, that was quick. It's not quite done. I still need to hand tack the bias binding all around the edges, but yeah, super quick, satisfying project. I really like it. I'm gonna do the hand sewing later on in the house when I'm hanging out with my kids, so I'm gonna move on to something else now. Maybe I should finish up this halter top. Actually, that's still waiting on some hand sewing before I can do more machine sewing, so I should also do that while I'm in the house. So maybe I'll finish altering, fixing, reassembling this dress. So I had originally started taking this dress apart so that I could alter it. You can see my markings for where I was going to take it in to fit me. But it now actually fits me pretty perfectly without alterations, so I need to put the waist seam back together and reattach the lining along the top edge. But I am going to make it a sweetheart neckline, and I'm going to add in these shoulder straps. They were waist ties to make a sash, but I don't want a sash. I want to have, like I said, little off-the-shoulder cap sleeve sort of straps. So I guess I need to try this on and pin where I want these to fall so that I know how I want them to look. I should do that first. Okay, so here's the dress, and I'm not gonna lie, the fact that it has pockets was a big selling point. Oh, it's adorable. Anyway, I have pinned the sashes on, and I think this is the angle I want, or the meat here on either side of the zipper. And I might just leave the entire length, because then I can crisscross them. Tie cute little bow in the front, maybe. I'm just now realizing that this like off the shoulder sort of sleeve in this shade of yellow does come off very belle, and I'm not mad about it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much that. I just want to bring the neckline down just a little bit to Sweetheart, and yeah, I think I'm happy with how these are sitting, so I'm just going to sandwich them in when I sew the top neckline edge back together. And then I just need to tack them at the back, and I'm basically done. So that's exciting. This is so cute, and I love it so much. Hello, it's the next day, and I'm working on the yellow dress. I got these straps, for lack of a better word, pinned, basted on, and trying it on, obviously, to see how it's fitting. And a couple of things have occurred to me. One, it would be really nice to have a second person to help me with this fitting, because I can't really pin on my own back, and I need to be able to hold my arms in a certain position for the straps to sit properly right at the angle I want them to. So I should really wait to work on this until the weekend when my husband is home during the day and he can help me a little bit. And second, this dress in particular is a little difficult to get in and out of, and is really annoying because it has an invisible zipper at the center back, and I can zip it up myself. It's just really tricky because the waist is very snug, and so it does not want to go past that seam at the waist. So taking this dress on and off a bunch of times for the fitting purposes is going to be too stressful. And then getting back into my regular clothes for the day and just constantly changing back and forth, not ideal. So the second thing that occurred to me was it would be really nice to have like a robe or a house dress I could throw on when I'm doing these fittings. And I want to make this house dress, house coat, from this thrifted sheet for my vacation wardrobe anyway, but I'm now realizing just how convenient it would be to have that in general and just be able to throw on when I want to lounge about the house, but still be vintage. So I am going to take this off, get back into my regular clothes for the rest of the day, and then go have lunch because it is noon, and read through these instructions while I'm eating, and then come back out here and cut out a brand new project. It's fine. Okay, I'm back from lunch. I read through the instructions. They seem pretty straightforward, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. I have just laid out all of the pattern pieces and confirmed with the instructions that I have everything. And I ironed them all flat. They were very wrinkled. And I was so charmed by the fact that the previous owner, this is a true vintage pattern by the way, from the 1940s. Doesn't say the year, but I will look it up and put it on the screen. Anyway, the previous owner wrote the pattern piece name on every single piece, which is so delightful. I have no idea who the original owner was. I bought this pattern at an antique store, so there's really no way to know. But I like to believe her name is Norma. I don't know, that just looks like Norma's handwriting to me. Anyway, I really appreciate it. Makes my life a little easier. She did not put her name anywhere on the pattern, which I have seen in original patterns before, which is always a delight and tells me that that person lent out that pattern and expected to get it back, which I also find very charming. Anyway, I'm gonna cut out now. You can watch. Okay, it's mostly cut out, but I gotta go pick up my kids from school, so see you later. Okay, I'm back. It is several hours later and my kids are in bed, I hope. That's where I left them. Also, I lied earlier when I said I had cut everything out. I had not quite. I had to go back and fix the left front piece of the skirt because I accidentally cut it with the pattern piece upside down because I wasn't paying attention, and it's an unprinted pattern. And it might not have mattered so much. I could have just probably flipped it around, except it is, you know, an asymmetrical pattern and it has these inset pockets. So the pocket would have been on the wrong side. And I did not have enough fabric to cut an entire new left front piece, but I did have enough to cut half of one. So I'm going to piece it. It's going to have a seam down the front, but that's fine because it will be covered by the right front skirt. And even if it shows, who cares? It's a house coat and it's made from an old bed sheet. This is very much a who cares project. Also, I cut the collar pieces for the dress as well as the collar pieces for the house coat. I don't need these. I even cut one of them really nicely, like symmetrical across the design. The other one not so much, because I figured it would be, you know, face down when worn. But I don't need these at all, so it's fine. We're doing great. We're doing great over here. Also, I have proof that Norma definitely used this pattern at least once. She at least cut it out, and she cut it with the pinking shears, and she was super careful everywhere except this bottom corner of the pocket piece, and she nicked it with the pinking shears. That warms my heart for some reason. No idea if she made the dress or the housecoat, because the pocket is the same for both views. And I also don't know if she ever finished the garment, but she at least cut it out. It's definitely a pre-used pattern. But all the pieces are here, which is great. We love to see it. And I suppose I need to transfer all these markings from the patterns. There are so many little perforations all over these things. Like, look at this. Look at all these holes. And it's like a code. They all have meaning. I've worked with vintage patterns before. I'm familiar with what many of them mean. For instance, I know that these two indicate the straight of grain. So I used those to line up with my fold when I was cutting this piece. And then these up here are marks for the tucks that I will put into the shoulder. I think I'm actually going to call it a night. I'm feeling some brain fog. I got the left piece pieced, so that's good. But I think I need to go and just do some chill hand sewing and relax for a bit. So I'll see you again soon. They want me to narrow hem a circle. 4 of them actually, because this crazy spiral piece just stretches out and becomes a really lovely ruffle, actually. It's gonna look so nice. And then these donuts are the sleeve ruffles. Yes. I hate narrow hemming, especially on curves. But we're going for it. We're going for full house coat. This is what we're doing. It's gonna be great. started off strong, a couple hiccups, and then it just went so bad. I think I'm going to do this by hand. Okay, I have hemmed my spirals and my donuts. I did it by hand. It was so much easier that way. And now it's time to start constructing the actual house coat. Note to self, when using vintage patterns, always check this little cutting notes section before cutting out your pattern, because it has hidden information, such as blouse front style 1, cutaway front section of pattern A through small double dots. So over here, that means cut through this line, which I have marked and I'm about to cut because I don't need the self-facing on the house coat because it has the shawl collar. This is what comes of diving in head first. Always read the instructions first. Always. Even if you don't intend to follow them. Read them so you know what they are. That's my advice. Do I follow it? No. Also, I need a facing strip for the right skirt front for both styles, and I have to refer to step 5 for that. So step 5, we see, cut a 3-inch wide strip of material to fit right front edge. Fortunately, I do have this piece that I cut off of the original left front side that I cut backwards, which I can harvest for a facing. Oh, and I also need a bias facing for the neckline edge, and it doesn't tell me how long to cut it, so I'm just gonna be guessing. Or I could stitch the bodice together and measure and then cut it. I have plenty of, like, fairly large scraps of the fabric, but still, this is annoying. Or, you know, I could use pre-made bias tape from my stash of bias tape. Let's not overthink this. Okay, not bad. I think it's a little short-waisted on me, so probably when I make this pattern again as a dress, I'll extend the bodice like an inch. Just give me a little bit more room. I did give myself extra room at the side seams and also at the center back. I just angled the pattern piece instead of cutting it on the fold. I angled it out a little bit, just to give me some extra room, because I do tend to need it, especially in vintage patterns that fit me in the bust. I need extra in the waist. I just don't have exactly perfect proportions. But I really like it. The ruffle is so cute. Oh, it's fun. So now I just need to make and attach the sleeves, attach the inset belt, and then put the skirt together and attach the skirt to the inset belt. Oh look, I found another project to distract me. From the project that was distracting me. From the project that was distracting me. From the project I was originally working on. This keeps happening to me! And honestly, the only reason I'm not diving headfirst into making one of these is I literally cannot decide which fabric I want to use for which part, how much I want to try to mix and match, or anything. So this is just straight up indecision fatigue. So I'm going to keep working on this one. It's just, I want to work on this one. Okay, this is just delightful. I'm really glad I went all in on the ruffles because these sleeves are too much fun. I love it. Okay, it's almost done. I love it so much. It's perfect. I cannot even. I think the color, the print on the fabric, the fact that it is an old sheet really just gives it the elegant yet super comfortable house dress feel. Like, it's so great. I really love it. I love these pockets. I love that they specifically are designed to stand out from the inside of the skirt so that you can actually, you know, put your hand in there. And they're part of the design. It's a feature. They're not hidden away. And in fact, in the dress version of the same pattern, the pocket bag is stitched, top stitched from the outside so that you can see exactly where it ends. I did extend my pockets a little bit. I think they're like an inch longer than the pattern called for. But it's a pretty decent pocket already. I'm so happy with this. I'm obsessed with these ruffles. They look so good. Huh. I'm really glad I hand hemmed them because trying to do that on the machine was an absolute nightmare. Oh, I love it so much. I did a bias facing on the hem. I happened to already have specifically bias hem facing a vintage package, so I was like, I should use that, and it was like just enough. I think I have 8 inches left. And I also did bias facings on the neckline and inside the sleeves. You can't see with me wearing it, but just trust me, they're there. It's so comfy, you guys. And I love that it's just gonna have a tie here. I clearly need to do the other side of the inset belt. This is just the inside, and I need to top stitch the outside piece on. I just needed to try it on and show you how it's looking. And when I stitch on the top, I will also add the tie here, and then also one that will get attached here, and then those will just tie and hold it closed. And that's the only closure. This doesn't get buttons or anything. I think I have a significant enough overlap in the skirt that I don't need to worry about it. And it's a house coat. I'm just going to be wearing it to lounge around the house. Maybe take my kids to the bus stop in the morning. Maybe. We'll see how I'm feeling. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. We interrupt whatever video this is. I truly do not know where I'm going to stick it in, but I just wanted to share. I have excellent news. I figured out how to wear this dress. You may recall that I really didn't like the finished product, even though I was really looking forward to having this dress, and I had been planning it for a really long time, but it just looks so costumey, like specifically a vintage Halloween nurse's costume, and that was just not the vibe I was going for. Even when I accessorize it really well, it still feels really over the top and a bit much. But more than that, it has problems where the fabric is actually pretty weak and does not stand up to structural stress. So I'm not going to really wear it as a dress very much, and I had come to terms with that. Several people in the comments had given me ideas for how to fix it, either dyeing it a different color or adding new embellishments to it, which were all great ideas, but do not address the structural issues. So I do think I'm going to wear it as a blouse. I really like this. I think it's very cute. And the problems with the fabric are really in the darts at the skirt. And so far, there's nothing wrong with the blouse portion, so I'm just gonna wear it as a blouse. It looks really good with my navy applique skirt. I really love this outfit. So this is probably going to be its new life, and I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna keep it white, I'm gonna keep it trimmed in red as is, and just wear it as a blouse. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled nonsense. Oh, I finished my house coat. I really love it. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. It feels both comfortable and luxurious. It's very frilly and fussy, but elegant. And it's casual, yet over the top. I really love it. I'm so glad I saved this fitted sheet for this project. I think it worked out absolutely perfectly. I love the ruffles. It's very comfy and it's very easy to wear. It just has the tie at the waist. That's the only closure. It went together so easily and so well. I did finish the last bit of sewing off camera, and it was kind of really convenient timing because the day that I actually finished it, I woke up feeling sick and also with some back pain, and I was sitting on the couch. It was Memorial Day, and I was like, oh, I need to get up and take my outfit pictures for the day for Instagram, because that's how I'm keeping track of my dressing vintage every day. And I was sitting there going, ugh, I don't want to get dressed. I don't feel like getting dressed. And then I thought, wait a minute, I have that house coat. And at that point, the only thing left to do was sew the top of the inset belt on. The inside was already attached. So the very last thing I needed to do was pretty quick and easy to finish, and then I could just wear my house coat all day and be sick and comfortable. So that was perfect. That's what I did. And this was my vintage outfit for the day. Made me really happy. So it's nice that I now have a fallback for the days when I really don't feel like getting dressed up and have nowhere to go, or I'm feeling sick and just need to relax but still be vintage. It totally counts, and I love that. Also, I loved this pattern so much that I went ahead and made the dress version only a week and a half later. And I didn't film making any of this because I wanted it done really quickly, and I had already filmed pretty much the entire making process of the house coat. Didn't feel it was necessary to also film the dress, but here it is. I love it. Both the house coat and the dress turned out exactly like I was picturing and exactly what I wanted, and I was so thrilled. Small disclaimer, I had only 2 yards of this rayon fabric, and it was barely enough. Let me show you. These are my scraps. I can fit it in one fist. Oh, and most of them are very small. I think this is the biggest piece. So I really used all of this fabric. But I made it. It worked. I didn't even have to piece anything, I don't think. Did I piece the belt? No, I didn't even piece the belt. I actually pieced a strip of bias for the back neck facing, and then when putting it together realized I didn't need to piece that piece. It's actually very small. They could have made a pattern piece for it, and if I make this dress again, I will make a pattern piece for it, so it's just a curved, you know, facing. But yes, very happy with the dress. It's very comfortable. I really like this fabric. I really love having more color in my wardrobe that is not blue or green. I love blue and green, but I also love purple, so now I've got some purple. Yay. Really like this pattern. 10 out of 10 recommend if you can find it. It is vintage, so it's a little difficult, but really good. Okay. What's next? Remember this dress? I finally made a copy of it. So that is one more dress off of my vacation sewing checklist. And I have one more that I need to make from scratch. And I have 2 days to make it. This is the pattern. This is the fabric. And I've been planning on making this dress for a really long time. At least 8 years, I think. I'm not sure how long I've had this pattern, but it's been a long time. And I've been really intimidated by it, and I'm not sure why, because I finally read through the pattern instructions, and it is so simple. It's gonna be a breeze. I say that now. But I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's a perfect vacation fabric, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna wear it in Las Vegas. And I think it's gonna be great. Yay. So I just need to cut it out and sew it together. Let's hope it goes quickly. Wish me luck. Okay, I have just finished pressing the fabric. It was very wrinkly from being stored in kind of a ball on my fabric shelf, but it's pressed now. And I do really love working with rayon. I love the way the wrinkles press out so nicely, and I love the drape and the feel of this particular rayon fabric. I believe it's called Chalice or Chalis. I don't really know, but it's one of those, probably. And like I said, I've had this fabric in my stash for years and years, specifically planning on making this exact dress from it, and I'm really excited I'm finally making it. I was starting to think that this dress was not going to have a place in my wardrobe. I believe I even said in a video some months ago that I wasn't sure I was still going to make it because it didn't really feel me. And maybe it isn't, but what it is very Las Vegas. So I am quite excited that I now have a Vegas vacation and a reason to make this dress. And I'm also glad it's a very large, busy print, so I do not need to worry about pattern matching. However, it is a very directional print. It doesn't look it at first, but if you notice, several of these leaf clusters are pointing decidedly up, and that's the way I want them all to go. So I do need to pay attention to my cutting layout. And I'm ready to go. One thing I didn't notice until literally just now, looking at this pattern, is the view I'm making is supposed to have contrast lined sleeves, which I guess it does. I guess those are a solid red, but I don't have contrast fabric for this. So I might be self-lining the sleeves, or I might just hem them. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, thankfully I have so much more fabric than I actually need for this, but I have decided to go ahead and do the contrast sleeve lining. I found this in my stash of not natural fibers. It's like a little shame cupboard where I keep all of my polyester stuffed away and I never look at it. But this one is a lining. I think it's nylon based on the feel, and it's going to keep that nice soft drape, which is what I want. I didn't want to line it with a cotton or something that would make it stiff, and also I didn't have any cotton in the right color. So we're going with this. It's going to be good. So I finished this dress yesterday. From cutting it out to complete, except it still needs snaps at the side placket, was 25 hours. I pretty much sewed this and did nothing else yesterday. And while I was right, it's not a very complicated pattern. It was a lot of steps, and it did take me longer than I anticipated. I was hoping to get it done like partway through the day, and yeah, it was done at 7 in the evening. But it is complete. It fits. It's really cute. I am going to make some changes to it, but not until after my trip. I hemmed it a bit too long. I actually hemmed the skirt before I attached it to the dress, so I didn't check where it was sitting on me. And it's about mid-calf, which is fine, and I'm going to wear it that way, obviously. But I think going forward I'm going to want it like just below the knee, but that's an easy fix. Like I said, I still need to sew the snaps on the side placket. And I really liked that the pattern had that option and a zipper option. I much prefer this. It's just easier for me to deal with. I'm very bad at sewing zippers and I don't like them. Oh, and the other change I want to make is adding pockets. I cut out the pockets and I actually already sewed them together, but I decided to not put them in right now, partly because this side opening is pretty long. It goes down, I mean, of course it does. It needs to be able to get on easily. And I want to put the pocket on this side below it and then match on the other side the same level so that the pockets are even. And I didn't know how the pocket was really going to work with the placket, so I decided to just put that aside and do those later. I can always add them when I come back. And I will have a purse with me, so I can go one day without pockets. It'll be okay. And actually, at least one other dress in my vacation wardrobe does not have pockets, but it's an outfit that requires a purse, so it's fine. My hope is that this dress can go from a day to evening look. I'm going to do blue accessories with it during the day and then red accessories at night for a fancy dinner while we're in Vegas. It's actually my sister's birthday dinner, so she requested that we wear red, white, and or blue. And this dress, out of everything that I planned and had time to make for this vacation, best fits the bill, so that's my plan. And we are leaving in less than 24 hours, so I really need to start packing now. But like I said, the dress is done. I can do the snaps by hand. I have to do the snaps by hand. So I can do this sewing on the trip. All of the machine sewing is done. And I think I have my outfit lineup figured out. I'm going to wear my pink and purple rayon dress for traveling day 1. And that will be our first afternoon in New Orleans. I'm going to wear my new light blue shirt dress for our second day in New Orleans. That one should be nice and comfortable for walking around in. Third day in New Orleans, that's the day I scheduled a photo shoot. I forget which outfit I decided, but maybe the yellow dress I haven't finished yet. I still need to finish the yellow dress. Maybe my new purple sleeveless top with the pink and purple rayon dress as a skirt. And then I will probably wear my Bright Daisies rayon dress from last year for the second day of travel. That will be our last morning in New Orleans and then traveling to Las Vegas. So I want to be comfortable, but also look cute. We don't get to Vegas until pretty late in the evening, so that will mostly be worn in New Orleans, but also in airports. This will be the second day in Las Vegas. That's my sister's birthday, and like I said, I'm hoping to make it go from day to evening by switching the accessories and changing it up just a little bit. And then the third day will be a pool day. I should probably bring my white dress for a swimsuit cover-up, and then my purple linen halter top I will wear for whatever portion of the day we're not at the pool, either with the pink and purple dress as a skirt or with my Bright Daisies skirt, because it goes with either one. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to wear to travel home. I'll ponder on that. Did I forget a day? I forgot a day. What am I going to wear on Saturday? Oh. I will update you when I know what I'm wearing, because I'm very scattered right now and I need to actually go pack, and that will help. It's currently 7:30 in the morning, so I've got the day. I've got a lot to do. You know what? I will let future Chelsea tell you the vacation wardrobe lineup, because she's already done it. Thank you, past Chelsea. Wow, that was an ambitious plan, wasn't it? You wanted to make 13 dresses 1 top, 1 jacket, and 1 playsuit. You actually made 5 dresses, 3 tops, 1 jacket, and 1 sarong. Not bad, not bad. As should probably be obvious, none of the silk garments that I had planned even got started because I was going to New Orleans and Las Vegas in the middle of July. Silk would not have been a good plan. I stuck with cotton and rayon and linen. Much better options. I made 4 dresses from scratch and finished altering the yellow one, so I had 5 total new dresses to wear. Very exciting. And I finished the purple linen halter top and 2 other tops that I had not yet started when I outlined my plans. And I did wear all 3 of those on my vacation. I also finished the linen bolero jacket, as you saw. And I even had time, after I finished packing, to eke out a sarong from the leftover fabric from my red tropical print rayon dress, which was great because that gave me a second option to wear at the pool, and it made my modern red swimming suit a little bit more vintage looking, so I was pretty happy with that. I did a fun thing while I was packing where I literally laid out each individual outfit with all of the accessories that I wanted to wear with it. Shoes, hats, hair flowers, and I took a picture of each outfit so that I could put that in kind of a visual spreadsheet. I opened up a whiteboard in Canva, not sponsored, put the date at the top, and filled in the days and evenings with the different outfits that I was planning to wear. And that worked really well, and then I knew everything I needed to pack, and I could put it in my suitcase in the order that I would need things. Very convenient. And I could also rearrange outfits for the different days, which I did end up doing while on vacation. So the way it looks now is not how it looked when I initially planned it. I changed around the order of the outfits quite a bit. Okay, I better wrap this one up. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a like, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. My vacation vlog video will be the next one, so stick around for that. And I'll see you soon. Bye! Focus on my face, please. There you are. So that worked really well. I just lost bobbin chicken at the worst possible spot. Like a centimeter from the end. Oh, that's heartbreaking.